Okay, so here's how I use the calendar. So this will be something you'll do a lot. So I just bookmark it here on my desktop so that I can quickly get to it. I found that I used the calendar a lot for reminders of different things I needed to do and places I need to be, but my desktop calendar book was also a huge help. So, as well as my phone. So in a lot of ways, and for many important things, I actually had them in 3 different places. I like Google Calendar because it pops notifications up to me on my computer that I have to respond to with, click OK, so I don't miss anything. And you can set them up to remind you a day in advance, 2 hours in advance. You can do as many notifications as you want. I'll show you that in a minute. So you don't have to have any special access, I don't think, to be able to place things on the Hedges calendar. So, so I'll just show you how I would. Okay, so let's just create, say, the September 19 and 20th days. No, you know what? I'm just going to create something that is just a fake one. Okay, so you go to create, you title it. I'm just going to call it, I'll just call it Nelia Training. And obviously you'll put the date in. I'm going to put it out into July just for the sake of something we can just omit easily. Pick the date, the time. If it's all day, great, but usually it's, 8 to 3 or 4. Okay, got your date. All right, here's what gets a little bit dicey, and you want to make sure you're paying close attention. It will always default to your calendar. I have my own calendar, and it's in blue, okay? But we're going to want this on the Hedges staff calendar, all right? Now, if you forget and you create it on your own calendar, it's not a problem. You can copy it over to the Hedges calendar. In fact, now that I think about it, actually, it's better to put it on your calendar if it's well, that's not necessarily true. Let's just go with create it on the Hedges staff calendar. I hope I'm doing a good job of teaching this. Oh, good grief. This is also really important, coming over here to add guests. So if there are particular people that you want to include and notify and get their response that they need to be there, this is really important. So I'm going to add you. So you want to invite Richard Gross, and you can keep adding people and keep adding people. Okay. Over here in description is where you can, it's a short message that they'll get with their invite. Okay. And this is where you want to be specific. Nelia will be here for the day. Get a sub now for the day or for the specific time frame, whatever it happens to be. Okay. And that's really it. When you go ahead and send it out, it's going to the Hedges staff calendar. You click save. It's going to always ask, do you want to send invitations to guests? Yeah, you always want to send invitations to guests. And away it will go. So we can see it here. We'll go over here and look at it. July 12. And it's right here, Nelia Training. We know it's on the Hedges calendar because it's in orange. Now, let me do one real quick where I put it in my calendar, but I also copy it to the Hedges calendar. Here's a reason why that would be. If you are going to be gone, I would suggest you put it in your calendar. Let's say create Danny at Elrod. Okay, and I'm going to go there on a particular date, and I'm going to go from 10 to 11:30 in the morning, and I want to make sure it's on my calendar. Oh, sorry, Richard, you can also include a where, and that's always helpful for different meetings. Like with Nelia, you want to say, we're going to be in the library, we're going to be in such and such place. This is my calendar event. I'm not going to put a location. I've already set it here where I'm going to be. I don't need to add guests. It's on my calendar, and I'm going to save it. Now, I've got to go back to that event, and I want it to show up on the Hedges calendar so that Natalie would know, or whoever your principal is, you want them to know. So under More Actions, you can copy it to the Hedges staff calendar. Make sure you do that so that your stuff is, that things that will impact other people on staff, you want them to know about it. So let's go look at that. Monday, July 10. Oh, wait, I want to show it to you on the calendar. So I'm going to go back, and July 10. There it is. It'll show up It's easier for you to look at the week. See, you'll see 2 entries. This is my calendar because it's in blue, and this is the Hedges staff calendar. So people on staff that look at the calendar aren't going to see this, but you are. Okay? But people on staff will see this, which is helpful. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and put in the September 19 and 20 sentences or dates with Nelia. I put them in from 8 to 4. And in the description, I would put she will cover cups editing and sentence styling over those 2 days. Maybe include, grade level / teachers who will attend is to be determined. Since we're not 100% sure, perhaps that we're going to have a leadership team or whatever you guys decide it's going to roll, the way it's going to roll out, at least it'll be on the calendar. And then for October 24, my notes said it would be a follow-up from September training and a focus as well on fluency. So go ahead and put those in on the Hedges calendar, and you're good to go. I wouldn't invite any teachers at this point. I think you can add invites later to existing events that are on the calendar. Erin is a pro on this, so she can give you some direction too if you have questions.